Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 29. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Motivation Wednesday, and we're up to the letter H. And the word today is happiness. So happiness is the key to success. Now, before I start, obviously, I like to throw some quotes out there. So Albert Schweitzer, it's a quote from him. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Right? So, happiness. That's the name of the game. Now, it's not necessarily about money, cars, big houses, yachts, expensive vacations, buying materialistic things that will bring you happiness, but those things are temporary and momentary. I always say that most of your life moments are temporary and momentary. For me, what I just literally said, with money, cars, big houses, yachts, all that stuff, expensive vacations, it's not really about that for me. It's really about changing the landscape of the world, changing the way of thinking, bringing forth more discussion with what I write, what I create, even just these podcasts, if they even get you to think a little bit, that's helpful too. At the end of the day, you surely can't put all of the materialistic things that you have in your life in a casket and bury yourself with it. And no one is going to remember the watches you owned, the chains you had, the cars you had, how many homes you owned. None of that's going to matter when you're dead and gone. So, I always talk about, just being yourself and being transparent and not buying materialistic things to show off for people who really don't care about you, or for you to show like how much money you have. Most of the people in the world who really, do well for themselves and have a lot of money, they really aren't that flashy, if you really think about it. If you look at like hip hop artists and, actors, actresses, whatever it is, right? But let's just look at music artists, right? Hip hop artists, right? They have materialistic things that really don't matter, right? But then let's look at billionaires, and we can name them all off the top of our head. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, all. Let's just use those three for examples. You notice that they don't really wear jewelry or have a bunch of name brand things. They're just regular guys with just a lot of money. Basically. They basically just live comfortably. Millionaires can live comfortably, and I'm not trying to, say that all these people aren't happy, but, people determine what their happiness is. Now, look, if you're a car aficionado and you want to have 20 cars, if you can afford them, great, knock yourself out. But at the end of the day, do you really need 20 cars? Probably not. And I can't say, what I would do if I had millions of dollars, because, well, I don't have millions of dollars. And, I think because I've always, appreciated the small things that make me happy. And writing books makes me happy, and listening to music makes me happy, and going on bike rides and doing laps in my pool and doing workouts, all of those things make me happy. Being around my family, especially my mom, because, man, do we have funny moments. But anyway, what I will say is that if you're striving for, all the money, the cars, the big houses, and all that stuff, all you're really doing is you're trying to impress other people. And I know for me, I really don't feel like impressing anyone but God. Oh yeah, my mom. That's about it. Everyone else, it's it really just doesn't matter to me. And now, look, I do want to have, you know, you know, a financial comfortability to be able to travel and do things. But the way this world is right now, yeah, I don't know about this whole travel stuff. But hopefully it gets to a place where I can kind of just really be able to do whatever I want from a travel standpoint. I think that's probably the most important thing to me at this point. Seeing different places, experiencing different cities and countries and cultures and foods and nature and all of those things. So I don't know. I mean, I get told by people who are like spiritual beings that I'm going to be someone that's going to be, traveling and, experiencing life in the world. But, now, like a couple of years ago when people would say it, I'd be like, yeah. But now, like, you really can't tell me that now. I kind of give you a side, like, yeah, okay. But I have my reasons for it. But anyway. So, for me, happiness is the key to success, because if you love what you do every day, the money comes along with it. You know what I mean? It won't be that much of a concern. As they say, the more money that comes your way, the more stressed you become and the more problems that come your way. So you got to be careful what you ask for. So like I said, I talk about celebrities and athletes and these CEOs, of companies who are rich and, have all these finances, but mentally they're unhappy and emotionally drained. So money doesn't solve all of your problems. And I don't like that, in society, we talk about money as if it's going to solve problems. And people think that money solves all your problems. It really doesn't. When you look at a lot of these celebrities, you see a certain persona or certain things that, you'll see because you see them in public. You don't see them behind closed doors and what they go through. So, when you start to see people who really don't care about making millions, but are fine with making $500,000 a year, like $500,000 a year, and they're happy and they're good, appreciate them. There are people that are great at what they do and make $250,000 a year, and that's great too. Everyone has that ideal goal of making $1 million, but that's it's not reality, because by the time you get taxed, you got half of it left. So, what I will say is that if you wake up happy every day, you're breathing, you have all your extremities, you're able to, do things that, some people can't do, count your blessings. My happiness is honestly like sitting here talking about this, because this may reach one person that may go, well, damn, yeah, maybe I don't want $50 million, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can't bury yourself with all the money that you've made in your life. You can't, And for me, it's about leaving a legacy, and I want all of you guys that are striving for something bigger than bigger than life. I want you guys to think of the longevity and legacy game also. So it's why I write the motivational blogs. It's the reason why I come on here and do the motivational podcast. Because, the American dream for me is to be happy and, be comfortable with, what I'm doing, and to be mentally, spiritually, and emotionally happy on a regular basis, and to make others happy through, being true to who I am and being true to myself. Because as I'm getting older, I don't think about having a big house anymore. I never, thought about wanting a Rolls Royce or a Phantom or a Bugatti or anything like that. Just wasn't my thing. It's never really been my thing. I go through phases of like what kind of car I'd want to drive or whatever the case is. But, I can't envision myself spending over $1 million for a car when I know that there are a lot of people that are suffering in this world. There are a lot of homeless people. There are a lot of people that don't have clothes. There are kids that are going hungry every day and things like that. So, like, for me, what is a $1.2 million car going to do for me? Nothing. It doesn't do anything. It's like J. Cole said, when he was young and up and coming, he always wanted the nice watches and the cars and things like that. And now it's like he doesn't even wear the jewelry he's bought. He's gotten rid of a lot of the cars that he's had because, well, he got it and it didn't make him any happier. So keep in mind that, the happiness is going to come when you love what you do and you know that you can inspire and motivate others and you can change people's mindsets on how they think about life or whatever you want to do that will change the landscape of life and like how we live. So I want to tell you guys that, for me, I don't have millions of dollars and I'm happy. That's the craziest thing. I am just like the average American. I have the average median gross income of a black man in America and of an American citizen. And, that's just, what it is for me. And I'll get there. I'll get to where I want to be. Everything happens in due time, everyone. So continue to push yourself to be great. Continue to be who you are. Continue to heal with whatever you're going through. And find happiness in the little things that are around you in your life. Believe it or not, for me, listening to music every day makes me happy. That is the number one thing that makes me happy every single day. I could have a crappy day at work where it's like everything is just annoying. And if I'm listening to music at work, I'm good. That simple little thing. Me cooking dinner on Sundays for myself for like the next 3 to 4 days. And when the food is done and you get to sit down and you get that first taste, it's just like, yeah, I did that. So that's my happiness. My happiness is like being able to help homeless people with food or a little bit of money or clothes or whatever it is. And, my intentions are to definitely get back to that, So, yes, homeless people, they are my biggest worry in this world. Like, with all the social issues that are going on, and I, there are a lot of them, homelessness bothers me because I know that could potentially be me at any given time in the world, at any given time in my life. So what I'm saying is make sure that happiness comes first. You come first, not the chase for money, because money is a piece of paper. Money gives you options. Money gives you freedom, but it doesn't give you happiness and fulfillment inside of your mind, body, soul, and heart. And with that said, I'm going to end the podcast on that. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.